Okay, fine. Now let me quickly share my screen. Guys, is my screen visible to all of you? Is my screen visible? Okay, awesome. Fine. So notice, I'll just open up the notepad. Now, see here, today's agenda. This is what the discussion that I will be doing. And then this is the approach that I will be following. If you now ask me, sir, okay, what is that approach that you are following? What is that approach that you will follow? Like initial, like whenever I start the class, the first minute I will write off the agenda. That is, in 1 hour discussion, what is that I will be discussing? Fine. The discussion that I will be doing today is Java. What is Java? History. History in the sense I will not be wasting 1 hour or 45 minutes time for history. Only very small history, like 5 minutes maximum. Next, where is Java used? That is in, what all different types of applications that you can develop using Java. So from that, you can decide, how vast the programming language Java is. So Java, where is this programming language? Where will people be using this programming language? Next, after this, we will download Java. We will learn how to download Java. That is complete steps. Complete steps. That is step-by-step procedure for downloading Java. So I think in 1 hour, I think I will be able to cover these 3 points. I hope I am completely clear with this. Okay. Now, notice Java. Can anybody tell me what is Java? Like, see, when I'm asking you some questions, whether it is, whether it is right, whether it is wrong, whenever you're answering, even if it is wrong, I don't care. But the thing is, I want you people to answer it. Fine. Now, what exactly is Java? Like, what have you heard about Java, first of all? If you have not heard anything about it, leave it. But if you have heard something about Java, what is that you have heard about it? It's an object-oriented programming language. Awesome. Very good. Very good. So, object-oriented programming language. Okay, fine. What is object-oriented programming language? Yeah, of course, it is a completely technical discussion, 2-hour discussion that I'll be doing it. Not today, leave it. So, Java is one object-oriented programming language, which is used for developing web applications. Awesome. Very good. Very good. Any other answers you have? Any other answers you have? Any other answers you have? Okay, leave it. So let us, let us write the definition for it. So what is Java? So I will write it. Java is an object-oriented programming language. So which can be used for developing web-based applications. Web-based applications. Okay, sir. What is a web-based application, sir? Web-based application, as I told yesterday, we discussed, we saw that Book My Show application, right? So just a minute. I'll just show it to you. So bookmyshow.com. Bookmyshow.com. This is one web application you can see. And then maybe you have something called as Google Earth. If you have seen this, it is good. If you have not seen this also, it is fine. So there is one website or web application called Google Earth, where you can access the globe, then see, you can zoom it across, you can see the places, from the satellite view, you can see the satellite view of it. I hope I'm completely clear with this. So this is also one web application. Your Gmail is also one web application. Next, YouTube is also web application. In other words, any application which needs internet for its, if at all an application has to work, if it needs internet for making it work, then such applications we call them as web-based applications. I hope I am completely clear with that. Now, that's what I have written here. See, these are the different types of applications you can develop, which can be developed using Java programming language. But I will give you in detail differences or in detail types of applications which you can develop using Java. Just in few minutes, I will be doing it. So, in other words, I'll go back to my notes. So, what is Java? Java is an object-oriented programming language. See, this object-oriented, leave it. For today, you leave it, because even if you want it, I cannot tell you what exactly is object orientation, because in order to understand object orientation, different core concepts that you should be knowing. Of course, none of you know what exactly is object orientation. Whatever that you have learned in your syllabus, it is different, and in reality, object orientation is different. So we will take it in a different perspective altogether. So for today, for the next 1 hour, you leave or you ignore this object oriented keyword, because I'll not be able to tell you. Even if you want, I'll not be able to tell you what exactly is object orientation. Sir, I think you don't know what exactly object orientations are. That is the reason you are not telling. That is not the case. If you want me to tell, I can give you 2.5 hours discussion, or I can write a program for 2.5 hours with respect to this object orientation. But then nobody will understand this. For now, in today's discussion, we are very immature. That we will not be able to understand object orientation. That is the reason you just ignore this keyword. Okay. What is Java? Java is one programming language. Okay. Programming language means, we will be writing some code. Now, for what this programming language is used? Java programming language can be used for developing web-based application. What are the different, what do you mean by web-based application? Yesterday only I gave you the client-server architecture. I wrote a client-server architecture diagram, or web-based application diagram. In web-based application diagram, we will be having 3 different parts. One is called as front end. The second one is called as middleware or backend. The third part is called as a database. So, whenever you want to develop something, with respect to front end, what are technologies that you will be using? I have told you. If at all you have to code in backend or middle end or middleware, what technologies that you will be using it for the backend? I have told you. If at all you want to work with databases, what all different technologies that you should be using? I have already told you. In other words, for today, you ignore this object-oriented keyword. When time comes, I myself will pick it up, and then I'll be discussing it in detail for 2 hours. Don't worry about it. Now, so Java. What is Java? Java is a programming language which can be used for developing web-based application. Till here, is it clear, guys? All of you, is it completely clear till here? Please do respond. Awesome. Now, before I continue with the further discussion, just a minute, I'll be sharing you across one link, right? So I'll be sharing across this link in the chat box. This notes link also, I'll be sharing it across to you. I'll upload it in front of you, and then I'll be, sharing it. So please access your chat box and, open this link. So I have sent one link now. Are you able to access that? Or did you guys receive that link, all of you? Awesome. So this is the attendance link for today. You can, mark your attendance here. So, again, I'll be sharing this in the end of the discussion also. I don't want to miss this, right? So, you can open that link. You can fill in the details, same exact details. By the way, yesterday, did you guys fill in the attendance, all of you? Did you guys fill in the attendance yesterday? Awesome. Awesome. Okay, fine. Now, please switch your focus back to the discussion, because see, 1 hour time that I'll be discussing, 1 hour time complete focus I require, right? So in that 12 minutes is gone. Other 48 minutes maybe I'll be discussing. Now, what is Java? We understood. Again, if I have to repeat, it is one programming language. Some keyword is there. I will talk about it a bit later, which is used for developing web-based application. Okay. Where is Java used? Or even before that, let us discuss about the history of Java. History of Java. Again, I am telling you, I will not take more than 5 minutes for discussing history, because if I have to speak history, I can talk about it for 2 hours, but not needed, because nobody will ask you about the history in interview. Even if you explain them for 2 hours, it is of not much of significance. So whatever the information that you need about the history of Java, that I'll be discussing. Now, what happened? I'll tell you. See here, in 1970, there was one person. His name happens to be Dennis Ritchie. He invented one programming language. If you now ask me, okay, sir, he invented which programming language? He invented one programming language called as C programming language. C programming language, which was called as structured programming. Because, if you know structured programming, or if you have seen C programming language, well and good. If you have not seen, leave it. Because I am not here to discuss about C. I will not be discussing about C++. I will only be concentrating on Java. Okay, then why did you take up this, sir? Why did I take up? I will tell you. See, during 1970s, there was a huge revolution. So, one person by name Dennis Ritchie, he started, or he gave one programming language, or he introduced one programming language. Name of that programming language was C. All the developers, all the people who are really interested in computers, they started loving C programming language, and they started to write code in C programming language. But by the time they reached 1980, that is 10 years, they got fed up of C, because in C, there were very difficult concepts called, there is something called as pointers, memory leakage, many problems were there. So developers got frustrated. And the structured programming is also, it was becoming very, difficult for them, because in one single file, writing 20,000, 30,000 lines of code and then maintaining that code was very difficult. So they wanted some change. So one person, one of his friend, Dennis Ritchie's friend, his name is Stroh. He invented, he understood, okay, he understood the problems associated with C. And then he, for 10 years, he worked upon some changes. And then whatever the problems that C programming language had, he fixed those problems. And then, he wanted people to love his programming language. So what did he name his programming language as, sir? If you ask me, he named it as C++. So what is C++, sir? C++ means it has all the features of C programming language, and with additional features. Plus means with some additional features. So all the features, that is almost all the features of C programming language, and additional features. He added some more features to C programming language, and he called that programming language as C++ programming language. Okay, sir, was C++ structured programming language? Absolutely, it was not structured. Rather, it was object oriented. Sir, structured also we did not understand. Object oriented also we did not understand, sir. Of course, I know you did not understand anything. Again, structured programming, it is not needed for us. We will only be concentrating on our object orientation. But sir, you're telling we will be concentrating on object orientation, but then you are not talking, or you're not telling us what exactly is object orientation. I will talk about it when time comes. Keep on concentrating. Now, what happened was, people who got fed up with C programming language, they got deviated, or they started to quit C programming language, and they started migrating to C++ programming language. They started migrating. Now, in few years, whatever the projects, that got developed using C programming language, they converted, or they started they started leaving C programming language, and they started using C++ programming language. Okay, why? Because it was object oriented. What is object orientation? I will come back to it. Now, so in 1980s, all the developers were very happy because they were fed up with structured programming. They got the other approach of object orientation. They started using it. By that time, they reached 1990, they got fed up with the C++ also, because C++ had so many difficulties. We'll not discuss about what nitty-gritties that C++ had, but people got fed up. In other words, programmers got fed up. So, if you use something for the first time, you will definitely love it. But if you keep on doing the same thing for a few years, you will understand the loopholes of it, and then you will start hating something. So like that, people started to hate C++ because C++ was not supporting web. It was not supporting web. Why web, sir? During 1990s, web got introduced. That is, www got introduced. World Wide Web got introduced. So what is the use of World Wide Web, sir? World Wide Web means, entire world, they got connected using some means called internet. Internet got introduced. So if you were using C++, it was very difficult for working across the web. www was not getting, you are not able to work there. So people started to hate C++. I will tell you what was the exact problem. I will tell you when I discuss the features of Java. Not now, but you just keep this in mind. By the time, we reached 1990, World Wide Web got introduced. C++ was not supporting www. C++ was not supporting web, or C++ was not working well with internet. C++ was not working well with internet. So later, by 1990s, people, got fed up. They somehow wanted some change because they were struggling with C++ and C. So what happened was, one company by name Sun Microsystems, they started one project. And then they assigned that project. So they wanted one programming language which is object oriented. Their second requirement was started the project with Sun Microsystems started the project with below requirements. They wanted one programming language which was object oriented. Sir, object oriented C++ was also there, sir. Of course, C++ was there. I'm not telling no, but they wanted that object orientation feature. Along with that, programming language should be compatible with web. It should be compatible with web. This was the requirement. So in 1990 or in 1991, so in 1991, they came up, one company by name Sun Microsystem, they started one project with below requirement. If you now ask me, this project was allocated to one person, his name was James Gosling. James Gosling, Patrick Norton, and Mike Sheridan, and few others, 2 or 3 more developers along with them. They were working on this project. Above project. They were assigned with the above project. They took 2 years or 2.5 years, almost 2.5 years. And then in the year 1993, they created one programming language. The above team created the programming language which is object oriented and also supports or also compatible with web. And then they called this programming language as, if you now ask me, okay, sir, what is the name of the programming language they gave? They named it as C++ minus minus or C++ plus plus minus minus, something like that. They named the programming language. Sir, C++ plus plus minus minus. What does that mean, sir? C++ means that C++ plus plus, that means it has all the features of C++. To that, they added some more features. They added some more beautiful features, and whatever the difficult features or whatever the problematic features that they had in C++, they eliminated it. That is the reason they called it as C++ minus minus. So C++ means what? So all the features of C++ they retain. Along with that, they added additional features to it. What does minus minus indicate? Minus minus means, they removed all the problematic concepts or problematic features which developers hated from C++. That is why they named it as C++ minus minus. And now, by seeing the name, I myself is getting, I'm getting fed up. Hey, what the hell is this programming language? I don't like it. Like that, so many people, they started to hate this. Hey, what is this C++ minus minus and all? It is not looking good. So few people thought, it is, another programming language given by Stroop. That is why it is starting with C++. All the fame was going to Stroop because of this particular name. So that was the reason they had to change it. Later, what they did, sir? Later, they changed this name. Later, they changed it. Or they changed it to what, sir? They changed it to what, if you ask me? They changed it to something called as Oak programming language. Why, sir? Why Oak? Because in front of James Gosling's office, their team's office, there was one huge oak tree. There is something called oak tree. They had that oak tree in front of their office. So they thought, they didn't get any other name. So they thought, okay, daily we are seeing this tree. Let us name our programming language also as Oak. But unfortunately, somebody else had taken that name. They told, no, you cannot take Oak as the programming language. Later, I don't know, for some reason, they named it as Green. They named it as Green programming language. Sir, what is this, sir? Green programming language. I don't know what exactly green programming language is, but then they named it as Green. But it was not looking good. Later, they decided, they thought, they tried to approach many people, and then they didn't get any name for their programming language. One day, what happened was, their team, the James Gosling and team, whenever they get frustrated, whenever they get demotivated, because see, developing a product for 2 to 3 years is not an easy task, because I personally have an experience about that. So, 2 years in a single product, it is totally very difficult, very difficult. We will get demotivated, we will get lost, many challenges we would face. So, whenever, whenever their team, they got demotivated, they used to visit one coffee shop. That coffee shop's name happens to be Java Coffee. Some coffee shop name, the name of the shop itself was Java Coffee. So they thought, okay, whenever we got demotivated, whenever we got fed up, whenever we got, whenever we got lost, we used to visit that coffee shop. After drinking the coffee, we were getting that energy or, motivation back. So why to keep any other name? Let us name our language or programming language as Java. That is how Java name came into play. So Java name is of coffee shop. Coffee shop name. That is the reason even now, if you see Java logo, you can see here, Java logo, you can see coffee is there, cup and saucer is there. I hope you can observe this. Did you observe it, all of you? Did you observe it? So why they named it as Java? Because of some coffee shop. That's it, nothing much. This is a small history. So that's why I told you, see, so many circuses they did, and after that, they named it as Java because of the coffee shop. That's it. So this is a very small history about Java. So if somebody asks you, when did Java got introduced, or when did they invent Java? Java was invented in 1993. 1993, they released the first version of Java. Now, the current version, I will talk about the versioning of Java. Current version is 20. So Java 20, it got released very recently. So Java 20 is the current version, but the first version of Java that got released in 1993, that is 30 years back, programming language, it got released. I hope I'm completely clear with this. So from 30 years, if a programming language is so powerful and if it is used by millions and millions of developers, that means there should be something, because without something, a programming language cannot sustain for 30 years as a king of all programming languages. Even today, Java is top 3. Even today, till 2018, it was number 1. 2018, 2019, Java was number 1. Today, it is number 3, 2 or 3. In other words, Java never lost its ranking from past 30 years. Such a powerful and beautiful programming language it is. I hope I am completely clear with this. You understood the small history about Java, all of you? Did you get it? Awesome. Now, notice, where is Java used? That is, or what type of applications can be built using Java? I will, note it down. See here, there are some categories of applications which can be developed using Java. I'll give you the examples also. If you ask me, sir, what are the different categories? We can develop web-based applications. I'll come back to it. What is web-based application? I've discussed it already. But what are different web applications that are developed using Java? I will show it. Next, we have something called as mobile apps. Can be developed using Java. Embedded apps can be developed using Java. Next, games can be developed using Java. Next, you have big data tools. Big data tools, or Java. Where is it used? In handling big data, we can use Java. We can use Java in enterprise level application. Enterprise applications, enterprise level applications, or web servers. Web servers. A networking also will come under this web servers only. Next, you have something called as automation. Automation. Automation testing. There are many other domains where we can use Java, but these are the, very, or these are the most important categories where, most important types of applications can be built using Java. Graphical applications also can be built using Java, but I will not be noting it here. Now, web-based application. If you now ask me, is there web-based application, what exactly it is, we have already seen it. Whatever the applications that you are seeing here, they are all web-based applications only. Okay, sir, using Java, which web-based application they have developed, sir? That is why I opened this Google Earth. Whatever the application that you can see here, this particular Google Earth, this particular application is developed using Java. This entire Google Earth is developed using Java. Oh, okay, sir. How did they develop? How did they develop? We'll not worry about it because so much of complexities will be there in the background. But what type of application can we build? We can build such a complex application using Java. This is one of the application. Who would have used this? Netflix. Netflix is developed using Java only. Main 80 or 85% of the backend in Netflix is Java. Twitter. 90% of Twitter, 90% of the backend in Twitter is developed using Java. They have used Java for this. Next, maybe, there are AWS. AWS, I will come back to that a bit later because AWS is a different category. Twitter, Netflix, Google Earth, and then is there any other application? Maybe, yes, Amazon.com. Yes. Amazon.com or Amazon.in, whatever the website that you are using from, all these days. If you now ask me, okay, sir, what is that, what is that it is using in the background? They are using Java for this. In other words, various web applications. See here, example, I've listed here, Netflix. Netflix. You have something called as Twitter. Next, Google Earth, and then Google Docs. Google Docs, whatever the application that you can see here from Google. See here, try Docs for work, something like this application, whatever that you are seeing, majority of the backend is developed using Java only. So Google Docs is based on Java, and then Amazon, etc. Like this, millions of web applications are running on Java. So what technologies, using such as Spring Boot, JPA, Hibernate. So these are the different technologies that are there in Java. Using these technologies, we can build complex applications such as Netflix, Twitter, Google Earth, Google Docs. I'm just naming only few. There are millions of applications which are running on Java. There are banking applications. Whatever the SBI, SBM, all those banking applications, they are using Java, rigorously. Next, mobile apps. Almost 95% of Android apps are built using Java. So 90% or 95% of you are using Android. In Android, you would have used so many applications. You're using Book My Show, you're using some games, you're using some calculator, many applications you are using. 95% of all those applications are developed using Java. Which technologies are? Android. Android internally makes use of Java. Now they have changed it. Now, nowadays, along with Java, they are using one more programming language called as Kotlin. It is a Google's programming language that they are using for building Android application. Now, React Native, there is something called React Native. Using React Native also you can use Android application. There is something called as Flutter. Using Flutter also you can create Android application. But all these days, even before Flutter, that React Native, before all these technologies, almost whatever the applications that you are using in Android phones, they're all built using Java. That is the power of Java. So you can imagine now how many applications are there in Google Play Store. There are many other applications which are not listed under Google Play Store, but still, the apps you can install it by using APKs. In other words, millions, if not billions, millions of applications which are running on mobile, they are all developed using Java programming language. I hope I am completely clear with this. Embedded application. Embedded application means whenever we want software to communicate with hardware, then we would need embedded apps. If you now ask me, okay, sir, what are the various embedded applications that are running on Java? I can tell you, you have used this, right? You have used this Dish TV. Like you have a Dish TV at home, all of you. You have a Dish TV at home, all of you. There is something called set-top box. Set-top box. How many of you have seen set-top box? Set-top box you have used, right? You have seen, right? That set-top box internally makes use of Java only. Set-top boxes are configured using Java. Along with that, your SIM technologies. That is SIM card technology, whatever that you use in phone. Even now, the SIM card technology, it is built using Java. That is embedded. Your SIM is a chip. It is kind of a chip. That SIM you can access by touching your screen. Yes or no? The contacts inside the SIM, you are able to call to your friend via that SIM. How is that you are doing it? Software communicating to that SIM. So software and hardware interaction. How can you do it? By having embedded application. So the SIM technologies and all, they use Java. There is something called as Blu-ray discs. I don't know whether you remember this or not. There was something called as a DVD player. Long back, we had something called DVD players in your systems. Whenever you brought your laptop some 5-6 years or 10 years back, you were getting one DVD writer there where you were able to insert one CD and all. That technology also, internally they use Java for that. I hope I am completely clear. Okay, sir, but majority of the embedded apps, is it built in Java? I cannot say yes, because embedded apps can be built specifically by C programming language. Even today, C is so powerful that majority of all the embedded application, your IoT, that is Internet of Things, when you just in your Alexa, if you say, hey, turn on the fan, and then the fan turns on, then how is that working? They would have used C programming language in the background. But using Java, can we write embedded applications? Absolutely, yes. Next, games. Not very big games, but a few games that were developed using Java, if you ask me, that is system games. Mobile games, leave it. There are millions of games that are running on Java. So the most important game which is developed for computers, it is called as Minecraft. Minecraft was a game they developed using Java. There is something called Java graphics concept or Java FX concept. Using Java graphics, they have created this Minecraft, very popular game. If you don't know about it, just go through it once. Big data. Is there anybody who is aware of big data? What is big data? Is there anybody who is aware of big data? Anybody? Anybody? Are you aware of big data? Big data is a storage system. Big data is not a storage system. Big data means a huge data set. That is, billions of records, hundreds of billions of records, Okay, sir, can you give a real-time example for, big data? See, if at all, if you have seen the flight, if at all, I travel from Bangalore to Mumbai, some data will get generated. By the time flight leaves Bangalore and reaches Mumbai, 1 billion records of data will be stored inside the database. What is that data, sir? So many information, where exactly flight is present, what is that pilot is talking, what is the temperature inside. So like that, billions of records of data they'll be storing. Now, whenever you have billions of records, you have to handle it. You cannot store billions of data in a database and manage it very easily. For that, a separate technology is needed. If you now ask me what is the technology is called as big data. In order to handle big data, they introduce one technology called as Hadoop. I hope you would have heard about it. CS students and IS students, and definitely you would have heard about this technology called Hadoop. So, if you have not heard about it, very good, leave it. But, if you are interested, just go through it once, Hadoop. Hadoop is a technology for handling huge set of data. For that, they internally use Java programming language. Am I completely clear, all of you? Guys, you there with me? Yes or no? Okay. Am I going too fast? Am I going too fast? Okay. Now, enterprise level application. Enterprise level application means what? Enterprise level means millions of users, they will be using this application. You can consider this Netflix, Twitter, Google Earth also as an enterprise level application. Along with this, web servers, like, there is something called as Amazon Web Services. Amazon Web Services. What does it do, sir? What does it do? What does it not do? You have to ask me. Whatever the applications that you are seeing here, see this Google Earth, this Book My Show, this Netflix, YouTube, Twitter, all these applications, 90% of the applications, they are all stored inside AWS. So, these applications are running on Amazon Web Services. They give you storage, they give you servers, many, whatnot. They give you everything. But, they charge you for every minute or every hour based on the usage, total number of requests. But AWS is a technology which is booming very much. In other words, whatever the applications that you see, almost, all the web applications, whatever that you are seeing, somehow they would have, they would be storing that particular application on the AWS server. AWS server, 95% of AWS server is built on Java programming language. That is the power of Java. And then, Oracle people, they announce it on their page saying that around 95% of, see here, 95% of enterprise level, enterprise apps are using Java technology. 95% of enterprise application. Sir, how many enterprise level applications are there, sir? There are millions of enterprise level application, out of which 95% of enterprise applications are running on Java. So, that is the, benefit. Next, automation testing. What is automation testing, sir? See, in your engineering, if you are a CS student, you have that subject in 8th semester or 7th semester, I'm not sure. There is something called automation testing. So automation testing means whenever you test any application manually, for example, YouTube is there, see Google Earth is there, I am trying to zoom in, I am trying to zoom out, I am trying to drag, I am trying to, zoom out, I am trying to rotate this, I am trying to locate myself on the map, I am trying to, play around with this. Whatever that I am doing here, it is, it is manual testing. Manually, I am testing whether it is working correctly or not. So I am searching. Bangalore, something like that. I'm searching here. Automatically, it will locate Bangalore on the Google map. Whatever that is happening here, manually I tested it. But there are means where you can write the program. That program will help us automate this. In other words, whatever I did manually I went here, I typed Bangalore, and then I pressed enter. This as a program, one program will take care of this. It will automatically open Google Earth. It will automatically click on this. It will automatically type Bangalore. It will automatically press enter. After pressing enter, automatically it will show this one. In other words, that is automation testing. How to do it? You need Java technology for that, either Java or Python, or you can do that using JavaScript also. But Java is most popular. Java automation is most popular nowadays. Java and Python automation is also very much popular nowadays. So any one of them, if you learn, it would be really benefiting. I hope I am completely clear with this. So now, see here, these are the various fields where Java is used. In other words, web-based application, you have entertainment apps, you have medical apps, you have what is that, educational application, you have various types of applications which are running on Java. Mobile, forget about it. You would have used 100 types of apps. Out of that, 95% of the apps are built on Java. Next, embedded, when compared to C programming language, nobody can beat C in embedded. Even today, C programming language and C++ is king for embedded programming. But there are other programming languages like Java and Python. They are tough competitors for C in embedded. Next, you have games. Games, of course, there are many other technologies. The majority of the games they develop using .NET, Unity. There is something called as Unity programming, or ASP.NET, that is .NET programming language will be used for games. But using Java also, you can develop games. In order to manage huge set of data, we can use Hadoop technology, which is built on Java. So enterprise level AWS, Amazon Web Services, you go through it, you will understand how big AWS is. What AWS cannot do, you will not get an answer. Everything and anything AWS can do. That is the power that AWS itself is built on Java. So now I will ask you one simple question. Now tell me, is there, do you feel, do you feel that, Java will, drastically fall, or Java will immediately fall in the market? Do you feel after knowing this? See, I'm not brainwashing you or anything. It is a fact. Whatever that I teach, you go back, you do your research. If I have told something wrong, you come back to me and tell, hey, whatever that you have told is wrong, please correct it. You can definitely come back and tell me. I don't have any issues. I have done my research. That is the reason I'm giving you this. Now, so many millions and millions of applications, if it is still running on Java, don't you think so? For at least the next 10 years, those applications you'll be using. See, even today, I'm using this Google Earth. If you have not used it, then it is not my problem. But even today, this application called Google Earth, I'll be using. Now tell me, Google Docs, will you be using this or not? Google Docs, will you use this or not? Google Docs, that is online Excel, online Word, this Google Docs. Guys, please do respond. Will you not use this? Guys, am I audible or not? So Google Docs, this Google Docs, 100%, even today you will use, tomorrow also you will use, after 5 years also you will be using. Amazon application, will you stop using Amazon? Absolutely will not stop using it. In other words, mobile apps, so many apps which are built on Android, nobody will drastically change the technology from Android to some other technology. Nobody will do it drastically. At least for next 10-15 years, they will not be doing it. So many millions and millions of applications are running on Java. If those applications stops, and then, that means what we have to think is, There are other programming languages. Of course, we had Python, we have JavaScript, many programming languages. Of course, Python is a very beautiful programming language. I'm not telling no, but you know, Java is equally competent to all these programming languages. If not, by this time they would have eliminated Java and some new technology would have taken care of all these things. But even today, they cannot do it. It is not at all easy to, to stop Java from growing. That is the reason even today, or, for next 10 years, they will be releasing newer versions of Java with more and more features and with more and more advanced options for you, so that you will be remaining intact in the market. I hope I am completely clear with this. So from this, did you guys understand what all types of applications can be built on Java? Is there any confusion in this discussion, guys? All of you? Is this completely clear, all of you? Please do respond. Okay. So if somebody asks you, hey, what type of applications that can be built using Java? I hope you have the points with you. You have the points with you to, debate on that. I hope I am completely clear with this. So, maybe I thought I would teach you, how to download Java. I think it is not possible in next 5 or 10 minutes. I will not be doing it today. That is fine. Let us take it because I don't want to hurry up or rush things. There is no need for that. If we are learning something, we have to learn properly. So these are the points which are needed with respect to Java. That is the reason I have put it across. There are different features of Java. Each and everything in detail, I'll be teaching you with real-time examples. So again, I repeat, see this, guys. Now, again, this attendance link, I will be posting it in the chat. Please access this, and then if you have not marked your attendance, please go ahead and do it. I'll be sharing one link, okay, drive link. See here, I'll be sharing one drive link. Try to access it. If you open it, you will be able to see this folder. So folder called day 2. Guys, did you receive the link? Did you guys receive the link? Did you all receive the link? Yes or no? Awesome. So just open the link where day by day, I'll be adding the notes here only. So today's notes, see here, I will upload it in front of you. Directly, you can be accessing it. So notice, I will create, desktop. On the desktop, I will create, see, we had created Java 10.4, this one, new folder. I will just say day 2. So day 2 notes. And then whatever the day 2 notes that I have saved, the same notes I will be uploading it. So see here, I will go to the desktop. Now I will go to this drive. Inside this Java, see here, day 2. So inside day 2, first I will save this. First I will save this notes. So see here. So see here, day 2, inside day 2. Day 2 is the name of the file. I will save it. So you can see day 2 folder is there. I will go back. I will upload it inside day 2. Now only you can access it. So this is the same approach that I will follow after the end, or by the end of the class. By the end of the class, whatever the notes that I have created, that entire notes, I will upload it to that particular day's folder. Like day 1, day 2, day 3, so that we can track, in how many days we can complete the syllabus. So we are long way to go. It is still the second day. Like this, 100 more classes will be there. So all the 100 more classes will be explained in the same approach. If I take up some concept, I will give real-time example. Only then I'll be continuing with the discussion. I hope I am completely clear with this. So today, whatever that I discussed, guys, is it completely clear? Whatever that I discussed, is it clear or not? You have any confusion still here? Oh, awesome. So now please tell me whatever the approach that I am taking, uh, is it okay for you, or should I change my approach? Do you have any suggestions for me? Please do let me know so that I can correct myself, so that, if it is benefiting you, then I can do that, right? Whatever, whatever you feel like. From 2 days you are attending, you have any feedback for me for the 2 days? Of course, we have not learned any technical concepts, but you will definitely learn from maybe tomorrow or day after tomorrow. We'll start writing the programs. But till now, whatever that I have done, is it easily, are you guys easily grasping it? Awesome. Awesome. So if at all you need any changes, if at all you want me to change my style, or if I want to slow down a bit, if at all I want to change anything, without any hesitation, you can ping me, or you can just put it across in the chat. Immediately I will correct myself. I hope I am completely clear. Okay, don't go for longer discussion. Sure, I'll keep it short and simple. I don't want to stretch on, I don't want to drag something. I'll try to close it as soon as possible. Okay, so from today's discussion, do you have any doubts? Guys, please don't, please don't miss giving the attendance. Attendance is mandatory. Please try to, provide the, enter the details there. Okay. Where can I get the recorded session video? The recorded sessions are uploaded to YouTube. The links will be shared in the Java group. What is the framework of Java? You have something called Spring framework, Hibernate framework, Spring Boot is there. Using that, we will be creating web servers. That is, backends we will be creating. On which platform is it better to use Java? Still, we have not reached there. I will install the software in front of you. I will make sure you install the software as well. And once all of us install the software, if whatever the steps that I take, if you follow the same steps, whatever the program that I write in my computer, the same program would work in your computer also. If it is not working, after the class, I will be spending 15 minutes of time. You can share your screen. You can show me what is your problem so that I will fix it for you. And then we can, continue with the discussion. Is that completely clear, guys? Awesome. Okay. Yesterday's Python class were not connecting with same link. Your Python, class will have a separate link altogether, which will be shared across to you on the group. You will be receiving the link for Python. But Java and Python, as I said, for this entire week, the link remains the same. If there are any changes, you would be informed well earlier. I hope I am clear with that. Again, I'm requesting you, take 10 minutes of break. Please attend Python class, right? So Python also, you will understand the importance of Python, where exactly Python can be used. Later, you can decide, whether you want to go with Python, whether you want to go with Java, you can decide. I don't have any problems with, or I will not interfere there. It is up to you. It is totally your discussion. Okay. Is there anything else? Can we, are we good for today? Please don't miss tomorrow's class. We will again meet tomorrow. Okay. Awesome. Thank you all. Have a good day. Thank you very much. Thank you.